There's a big fish in a small pond, and he loves to fight with violent aggression. Punishing combinations. And has deadly knockout power.
Oh my goodness, what a devastating right hand by Dayan.
Dayan Dynamite González is rapidly climbing the featherweight ladder, leaving a trail of destruction in his wake. He's sending a clear warning to the top 10 fighters like Robeisy Ramirez, Bruce Carrington, and Angelo Leo. But do they have reason to worry? Absolutely.
Undefeated with 15 wins, and 13 of those wins coming by way of knockout. Hailing from Cuba, introducing Dayan Dynamite Gonzalez.
Born on March 8, 1999 in Havana, Cuba, Dayan González gravitated toward boxing from a young age, training in local gyms and sharpening his skills for a few years. But his stay in his home country would be short-lived. Though details of his amateur career in Cuba are limited, he eventually relocated. Seeking greener pastures, he moved to Dubai, United Arab Emirates, where he went pro in 2021. Dayan González's professional debut was nothing short of a violent massacre against Dayan Demulira. From the opening bell, Dayan came out ripping vicious shots to the body and leaving no room for Dayan to breathe. Dayan immediately backtracked, but Dayan just kept walking him down like he'd stolen something from him. Though Dayan showed incredible toughness, his corner saw what was coming, and they did the right thing by throwing in the towel. If you think that was violent, wait until you see what Dayan did to his next opponent, Oluwaseun Emmanuel Oluwasui. From the opening bell, Dayan was firing brutal lefts and rights to the head and body, like a man on a mission. Round after round, he absolutely battered his granite-chinned opponent, who just kept eating punches like they were badges of honor. Oluwasui was tough, no doubt about it, but it only made him take more shots than he should have taken. Dayan threw everything he had, looking for the finish, but Oluwasui still refused to go down. Although Dayan didn't get the knockout he wanted, he dominated every round and cruised to a one-sided decision, improving to 2-0 as a pro. Oluwasui was tough as a $2 steak, but Dayan's next opponent didn't have the chin to weather the Cuban storm, and the result was absolutely brutal. In his third fight, Dayan González went up against Egypt's Mustafa El-Hami, who thought this would be an easy night and came out swinging at the usually aggressive González. Dayan stayed calm and peppered him with sharp jabs as he waited for the perfect moment. Moments later, González landed a brutal shot that sent El-Hami rolling on the canvas in agony as he was counted out. In his fourth professional fight, González faced a decent step up in competition in the form of 5-1 Indian boxer Lokesh Dangi, who was about to find out that there were levels to this. This time, González came out in a pure mood for destruction, and all it took was a single jab to send Dangi crashing onto the ropes. Dangi got back up quickly, but Dayan sent him crashing down again. The referee first waved the fight off, noticing a towel in Dangi's corner, but after the confused fighter and his corner refused to have thrown it in, the fight was surprisingly allowed to continue, but only for Dangi to almost get decapitated by a vicious counter left hook. Gonzalez's next fight ended in disappointment, following a no contest due to an accidental headbutt, but he bounced back in style in his 6th pro bout against Dayan Mubiru. From the opening bell, Dayan was in full-on beast mode, swinging viciously at Mubiru's head and body. Round 1 was a one-sided massacre, but round 2 was a roller coaster, as Gonzalez hammered Mubiru like a stubborn nail refusing to bend. But in a surprising twist, Mubiru managed to send Dayan down, though it looked more like a slip than a real knockdown. Dayan didn't complain or waste a second. He did what he does best, letting his fists do all the talking. Late in round 3, Dayan landed a brutal shot to Mubiru's liver.
Nice lift hand.
And that was all she wrote.
Beautiful. Nice way to end it. He's called it. Rumors it is over.
With 6 dominant wins already under his belt, Dayan was ready to take the next big step, and that challenge came in the form of 8-0 Tanzanian technician Charles Chalala.
So we've got both undefeated guys right now. Somebody's O has got to go.
Dayan came out as fiery as ever, launching punches with his usual killer energy. But this time, he was facing a worthy opponent who knew how to fire back just as hard. Dayan was throwing punches in a furious volume. Meanwhile, Chalala stayed composed, covering up tight and waiting for his moment to land some shots. Chalala was patiently waiting for his big moment, but letting Dayan dictate the pace was turning out to be a big mistake.
You know, he's already in fight mode.
Yeah, Chalala's in life or death mode for me.
Exactly, already, and Gonzalez is just pouring it on.
The more he waited, the more Dayan made him pay as the rounds progressed. Even in the final 2 rounds, Chalala showed little urgency.
Old man, of course. He's had 9 contests, still undefeated. He doesn't want to lose his O tonight. Although I fear Gonzalez. He's definitely winning this fight at this point.
Still hoping for that perfect moment that never came. That hesitation cost him his precious O as Dayan cruised to a dominant decision victory. It was the toughest fight of Dayan's career so far, but he proved that he wasn't just built for blitzkriegs. He was also built for wars. And the fact that he can fight at a high intensity round after round is exactly why he keeps breaking down his opponents one by one, just like he did to his next victim, Zubairi Nahomi. From the opening bell, Dayan was on fire, backing Zubari up with heavy shots that shook the entire ring. Zubari tried everything from clinching, covering up, and just trying to hang on. But the clock was ticking, and in round 2, Dayan detonated a left hook that put Zubari out of there in a blink. With 8 wins already under his belt, every new fight was becoming a real test for Dayan Gonzalez, and his next fight was no exception. In his 10th pro bout, he faced seasoned left-handed Filipino Ali Laurel, a tricky veteran who gave Dayan problems early due to his southpaw stance. But once Gonzalez found his rhythm and range, the momentum began to shift. Dayan soon poured on the pressure and broke Laurel down one step at a time. In round 3, he closed the show in the most Dayan Gonzalez way possible, with a violent KO. With every fight, Dayan González revealed a new layer to his game. He became sharper, smarter, and even more dangerous. And in his 14th pro bout, he showed a more mature side to his game against 40-fight Mexican veteran David Carmona. Dayan began the fight technically, pumping out his jab to feel out the distance. But once his killer instincts kicked in, the tone changed instantly.
Oh my goodness, what a devastating right hand by Dayan.
And Carmona was down on the canvas, staring up at bright lights. Carmona got back up, but Dayan let loose another barrage of shots that nearly sent the veteran out of the ring.
It had been just a flash knockdown, but again, we know you Mexicans know how to, oh my God, and I got proven wrong right away.
Carmona somehow survived the round, but it was only delaying the inevitable, because moments later, Dayan sealed the deal with a thunderous knockout.
That you just saw. Before that was a tremendous fight.
I think his corner needs to really start believing and stopping this fight. You got a fighter that's moving up in weight extremely, against there you go. I think the referee did what the corner had to do.
This new and improved version of Dayan González looked downright unstoppable, and even a solid fighter like the 11-1 Ariel De La Torre couldn't handle the heat. Once again, Dayan set everything up behind a snappy jab, breaking his opponent down piece by piece. But the moment he saw an opening, his killer instinct took over and caught De La Torre with a nasty uppercut. De La Torre beat the count, but Dayan met him with a crushing right hand that sent him down again. The third time was the end of the road as Dayan finished the job in brutal fashion. With that win, Dayan had smoked yet another opponent, sending a clear message to the entire featherweight division that he was the real deal. A championship fight was now inevitable, and when the moment finally came, Dayan made sure to finish it with a record-setting performance. In December 2024, Dayan González stepped into the ring against the undefeated 16-0 rising star Weera Mickham for the vacant IBO Featherweight Championship. The main event was billed as a war, with both fighters undefeated and a combined 24 knockouts between them. But Dayan didn't even break a sweat. Just seconds in, Dayan cracked him with a massive right uppercut that sent Mickham crashing to the canvas.
A weight class apart. Oh, that right uppercut came out of nowhere.
Seeing Mickham in bad shape, referee John Latham stopped the fight at just 44 seconds, making it the fastest knockout in IBO Featherweight Championship history.
And it only took approximately 30 seconds for him to land that shot.
World champion, Dayan Dynamite Gonzalez!
I barely took that into account, but now I'm going for all the belts and nothing more. That's what I want.
Another win later, González faced Ronvex Kapoloi and showed again why he was ready for the big dogs in his division. The fight kicked off with both men trading punches toe-to-toe.
Trying to stay away from the power hand all from nothing. Style is all about the jab as well.
But it was González who quickly took control, pressing forward with heavy shots that had Kapoloi on the back foot. Midway through the first round, a thunderous blow from González shook Kapoloi so badly that only the ropes kept him from hitting the canvas. Kapoloi tried to fight back, but González seemed unfazed. Then a monstrous counter right hook sent Kapoloi to the canvas. How he survived that, we don't know, but González was swinging for the fences. By the third round, González could sense Kapoloi fading, and he went for the kill. But man, oh man, Ronvex Kapoloi wasn't going out without putting up a fight.
When he gets moving, he starts to land his
But despite Kapoloi's efforts, Dayan kept landing heavy shots. Kapoloi was too tough for his own good. His trainer, Christopher Tapora, had to throw in the towel to save him from further punishment. Dayan González has proven time and again that he's not just a rising star anymore, he is a force to be reckoned with. With his devastating power, sharp instincts, and undefeated record, he has made it clear that he is ready to face the top fighters in the featherweight division. But his journey to the top is far from over, as bigger challenges, tougher opponents, and world-class matchups await. Who would you like to see him fight next? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, hype, and subscribe to the Fight Sector. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.